The use of engine flush is not new to this channel. I have used different engine flush on cars, motorcycles and scooters, and one common question which is repeated in the comment section of these videos is how safe is engine flush and will it damage the engine? In today's video, we will go deep and discuss the working, composition and possible damage that can be caused by engine flush. In YouTube terms, we are going to expose it. With kilometers and time, sludge and deposit buildup inside an engine is common, especially if the engine is running on mineral-based engine oil and the oil drain intervals are longer than leap year. Cold running conditions and burnt engine oil can boost sludge buildup inside an engine, which can have a direct effect on efficiency, performance, and engine health. Modern day engine oils already have detergents and dispersants in them to keep the engine clean. These calcium and magnesium based detergents do an excellent job, especially with synthetic engine oils which have a good resistance against sludge buildup. But as engine oil ages with running, these detergents begin to lose their identity and they start behaving like interns. Basically, the point here is cleaning is not the only job of an engine oil, so the detergent cleaning properties are limited to the quantity and quality of detergents and dispersants used in the additive package of an engine oil. I would again urge you to check the lab test video explaining different additives used in engine oil. The primary recipe of an engine flush is detergents and dispersants dissolved in a solvent. The percentage of detergents decides the concentration of the flush. The solvent is usually a petroleum-based solvent and it has an important role in dissolving all the carbon particles and sludge chunks, which helps in easy exit from the drain hole without blocking any oil passage, bearings or the oil pump. Coming to the contents, as said, calcium and magnesium metal-based detergents are common and very effective. They are used in different forms where the anionic part of the metal salt can be hydroxide, oxide, carbonate, borate, nitrate, etc. Polyamines are also a popular choice for those looking for nitrogen-based cleaners and dispersants. The classification of detergents and dispersants don't end here, as many of them are based on phosphorus, boron, phenol, salicylate and many more with such tongue-twisting nomenclature. Having said that, I won't bore you guys with the flushing process again, as you can check the detailed step-by-step video from the link in the description. Now coming to the possible causes where engine damage comes into this picture, and number one should be following incorrect flushing process. The solvent present in the flushing agent thins the engine oil out and the oil loses its capacity to retain its viscosity at high temperature and high RPM. So avoid riding the vehicle and let the engine remain at idle RPM to let the flush work. The second one is a myth where people say flushing the engine makes it leak or creates problem with the piston rings and clearances. The straight answer to this is the engine already had these problems and the carbon and sludge deposits were temporarily sealing and hiding them. Now this usually happens with engines that are neglected for maintenance or have piled up some serious kilometers. So if you are planning for an engine overhaul, then flushing it should be really helpful in identifying the problems and required replacements. Having said that, some old school engines which run on high clearances might not accept these flushing agents with open arms. Next, we again come to the content where some heavy duty cleaners made for open engine and metal application may contain benzene and alcohol in direct form, which can damage rubber seals, so avoid using such cleaners for flushing the engine. Again, based on composition, some flushes might be only for 4-wheelers, while 2-wheelers will have their own separate flush suitable for wet clutch application. I have said this before that use of engine flush in a new engine during its first and second service is a waste of money, as your engine won't have deposits worth cleaning at 3000 and 5000 kilometers on the odo. You might find metal shavings during this time which would suspend and drain out naturally, and the engine flush will technically have no effect on it. Adding to this, many riders prefer using flush when they change to a different engine oil brand. Well, unless you are changing from a long-run mineral engine oil to a fully synthetic engine oil, engine flush is not required for your regular oil change. No matter how hard you try, unless you open the engine and wipe it dry, you won't be able to take the complete oil out just from the drain hole, even with the help of the flush. Now those who think that some of the flush will remain inside the system, they must note that the solvent used in the flush cannot handle high temperatures and it will get evaporated. Hence, most of the manufacturers recommend the runtime of only 5 to 10 minutes with the flush. Finally, I would like to say that if you are someone who uses a good fully synthetic engine oil and follows regular oil change intervals, then you might never need to flush your engine. So that was a lot of discussion on engine flush which should help riders, and I hope you have liked the video.